joined today by Mark Hepburn, Managing Director of Castile Resources. Mark, thanks for your time.
Thank you. Great to be here.
A gold and critical minerals project in Northern Territory, Australia. Listed 3 years, but you've been exceptionally busy.
It has been a very busy time for us. We've been drilling away, and that's allowed us to complete our pre-feasibility, and we're extremely pleased with the results. We've got an NPV of about $450 million on the project. We will produce downstream products on site, so gold, copper, cobalt and magnetite, and each of those products we'll be able to send directly to the end user.
When people think of the Northern Territory, they think of remote, no infrastructure. This project is uniquely placed.
I think it's one of those things people have forgotten how good the Northern Territory was as a minerals producer. The Tennant Creek field that we're in was probably one of the richest, certainly one of the richest mineral fields in Australia, potentially the world. So now what we're seeing is similar things to what those guys saw in the earlier days. There's plenty of infrastructure around. We've got a highway, the Stewart Highway, running north-south, the railway line next to it, and also we've got a natural gas pipeline 40 kilometres from the project. And the town of Tennant Creek itself is full of service providers for that exploration pre-development stage that we are in. So really, we're in a real sweet spot for where we are.
As you say, a pre-development study completed. Where to from here?
Well, from there we've gone straight into a bankable feasibility study, because the results of the pre-feasibility study were absolutely outstanding, and so it was a very natural move for us to go straight into bankable. The most important part of this study is going to be a test pilot plant that we'll be running to ensure that we are maximising those recoveries of all those products, and really that will give us that confidence to go through and get the funding done that's required to get the project into construction.
And importantly, this isn't a big project, but it's high value tonnage.
That's the whole idea of it. We have optimised this project for where we are, so geographically, financially, economically, and really from the social impact that's going to have on the area that we are in. So you're correct, there are a number of factors to this, but at only 500,000 tonnes per year mining and processing for the initial 8 years, very manageable.
Where to from here? What's the plan?
We're at a really good, nice stage in that we know we've got our first project up and going, and we're working our way through the bankable. We're now working through our second project, which is 40 kilometres away, which is a large lead zinc project. We're doing a scoping study on that, and what we hope to see is material that we can send from that particular deposit through to the end of the Rover 1 life cycle. So if Rover 1 lasts 10 years, we'll have another mine ready to feed into that infrastructure straight away. And we've recently picked up some greenfields exploration ground in Western Australia in the Milgan district, which we think is highly prospective for both LCT pegmatite and also rare earths. So we're staying busy as we work through our flagship project, which is of course Rover 1.
Adding value, fantastic infrastructure, a clear path, exciting times ahead for Castile and its shareholders.
It's fantastic, and we've hit this strategy. We've obviously been on this strategy for 2 years. It's recently become very fashionable to be talking in Australia about downstream processing. We're already there. We're through that stage. And I'm a great believer that there's so much potential in the Northern Territory. We can't just turn Australia into a sandpit, dig it up and send it overseas for someone else to make a lot of money out of it. We're strong believers in all the processing that we can do here is going to add enormous value for our shareholders, and naturally the people of the Northern Territory in Australia are going to benefit.
Looking forward to following. Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.